Using local materials, making a statement, and being stable are all descriptions of the perfect house. George Bird and Willis Proudfoot were architects in Wichita from the 1880s to 1890s during the local building boom. They completely embodied the most beautiful and perfect houses in Wichita. Bird and Proudfoot created a lasting architectural legacy by designing many prominent and unique buildings during Wichita's building boom in the 1880s. Wichita was not much of anything before the building boom. It looked like a true cow town. The pictures being featured above are pictures of Wichita before the boom. Proudfoot came to Wichita around the start of the boom. When he got here, he put his name in the directory, and shortly after, Bird came to Wichita. 1 year after Proudfoot had put his name in the directory, their names were linked together as an architectural firm in the Wichita directory. This was the start of something big. The two architects got popular quick for their unique style. Proudfoot and Bird didn't just build frames and make houses out of wood like the common house. They made their houses with stone from a local quarry. They even had their own personal stonemason who they also built a house for. This stonemason did special engravings on almost every single one of their Wichita buildings. This stonemason was the main reason the City Hall became famous. The stonemason carved mayors' faces onto the sides of the City Hall building. Proudfoot and Bird were known for their building materials and their stonemason, which set the bar very high for new architects coming to Wichita. Proudfoot and Bird's structures stood out then and stand out now in Wichita's architecture. Bird and Proudfoot had a unique personal style. Some say you could recognize their work anywhere. Kathy Morgan, the historical preservation planner for Wichita, said in a personal interview, "You could drive through any city and be able to recognize their buildings." Proudfoot and Bird used a style of architecture called Richardson Romanesque. This style used lots of stone and masonry work, although sometimes could be mixed with brick, and windows were often specially framed. Proudfoot and Bird took their own spin on this style and made it more fitting to the time. George Bird and Willis Proudfoot created the old City Hall. Wichita chose the Proudfoot and Bird firm because Wichita wanted to be a focal point of the West. The City Hall had to be ornate, creative, and different, which was Bird and Proudfoot's signature character traits. Apparently, this City Hall turned out to be a popular one because many postcards were printed with a picture of the City Hall on it. That was not the only building that had grown to be popular enough that it featured on a postcard or had many pictures of it. Proudfoot and Bird's building, the Scottish Rite Temple, is still today one of the most photographed buildings in Wichita. This building was originally the first YMCA in Wichita, but those aren't the only extremely popular Bird and Proudfoot buildings. There is yet another, Davis Hall at Friends University. This building was originally built as Garvey University, which then closed, opening the space up for another Wichita university. Friends was not the only school that Bird and Proudfoot built that became popular. There is another, the McCormick School, which is located on 822 South Martinson. It is mostly made up of quarried limestone, and the building does not operate as a school, but as a popular museum. Some of their most prominent work was in the neighborhood of College Hill. The two both built their homes here. Bird's home is called the Aviary, and it is located at 330 Circle Drive. The house consists of 2 levels. The bottom level is made of stone, and the top level is shingled. This house has many stained glass windows and features some curved ones. Proudfoot's home is called the Hillside Cottage. It is located at 303 Circle Drive. His home has many of the same features as Bird. It has been seen by many, including Ginny Hans. She had an amazing description of the house. He designed the colonial Revival cottage with an English gable roof, an elliptical gable window, a 15-foot-tall colored glass window lighting the interior stairwell, and a circular entrance porch supported by Doric columns. The two details not mentioned by Ginny Hans is that Bird and Proudfoot built their homes in College Hill because they thought the area would someday become a prospering neighborhood. The two were right. College Hill is now a prospering area. She also forgot that both homes have special engraved cartouches with the names of the homes. The neighborhood has a quaint historical touch because of the two notoriously known Wichita architects, which makes the neighborhood high up on the scale of places to live. Those were not the only houses that Bert and Proudfoot created. They also created Riverside Cottage and the Fairmount Cottage. The Riverside Cottage is on 901 Spalding Avenue. This house is very similar to the aviary in the Hillside Cottage. It was built for Thomas Finch in 1887. It was also believed to be the first house in Wichita to have electricity. The Fairmount Cottage is also similar to the aviary in the Hillside Cottage. It is located on 1717 Fairmount Avenue. It was built in 1888 and was once rented to college kids, but then found unfit to live in. Then James Van Milligan and his wife bought the house and restored it to nearly full condition, not wanting the beautiful home to be destroyed. Proudfoot and Bird both left Wichita at the end of the boom because of low profits. The two went to Salt Lake City and created a few buildings there. Then, Bird headed to California to pursue the filmmaking business, and Proudfoot headed back to Iowa. Later on, the two started back up in Iowa, added a few people to their firm. Then, again, Bird left back to California. The firm they created there still lives and is now named Brooks, Borg & Skiles. George Bird and William Proudfoot created a total of 79 amazing buildings in Wichita, only 8 of which are still standing today. People come and see them and gaze at awe in their beauty. They are driving by, they stop and get out to take a picture of Bird and Proudfoot's beautiful buildings, while Wichita's architects aspire to beat their beauty. Bird and Proudfoot led in Wichita's architecture and truly did create a lasting architectural legacy.